To support this podcast, go to positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amount is appreciated. Once again, positivesarcasm.com/donate. Thank you and enjoy the program. Here we go. Jay here, positivesarcasm.com. Recorded here from New Hampshire's beautiful seacoast inside the Spare Parts Studio. Like, subscribe, share, donate. Positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amounts appreciated. You can email me directly, positivesarcasm@outlook.com. Sorry about that. Or you can hit me up through my website. Contact me there, positivesarcasm.com. Go to the contact page of my website. Contact me there. There's also affiliate links and stuff over there as well. But you can hit me up there. You can also hit me up on Instagram at +_sarcasm. So there's multiple ways to contact me. There's multiple ways to listen and watch this podcast. Rumble, Positive Sarcasm. YouTube, Positive Sarcasm. And the audio versions anywhere where podcasts are available, including Substack. And you can also download it and stream it directly from my website, positivesarcasm.com. It is the middle of July here in the Spare Parts Studio along New Hampshire's beautiful seacoast. And it's hot as hell out. Well, at least for here. For those of you who live in Florida, Southern California, Texas, Tejas, different animal. But we got a lot of heat, a lot of humidity. But this applies to all of you. Even in dry heat, where it's really not that hot out. Well, the humidity, you don't have it, but it's still, you're dehydrated. Here's the thing. They are correct. Doctors, nutritionists, whatever. They are correct when they say drink plenty of water. Get yourself plenty of water. You don't want to be dehydrated. Well, here's the thing. If all you're doing is loading up on water, this is just a quick, physical wellness tip before we get into this week's Dig.com Q&A. Obviously, you drinking a lot of water is great. You obviously are sweating. You're obviously depleting your body of water, but you're also depleting your body of essential nutrients and electrolytes. Now, you didn't realize that, but just drinking plenty of water is not going to do it. You need to add some stuff to that water in order for you to actually be, return to a homeostasis. And obviously, sodium is key. Without sodium, without salt, your body drowns. So if you're just replenishing water, you're flushing, every time you drink a shit ton of water, you're flushing your body of those essential nutrients and those essential minerals, those essential salts, and you're just peeing that all out. You're peeing that all out. You are essentially drying your body out if you're not adding this stuff in that you're sweating out, that you're peeing out. So, sodium replenishment. You can add salt to your water. It doesn't matter. It could be regular iodine salt. Iodine's great for you, by the way. Iodine is an essential item for your body. It needs it in order for for metabolism reasons. So, adding in salt is valuable if you're going to be drinking a lot of water. You're going to be needing to do that. That electrolyte balance also. So electrolytes are not just salt. It's like there's potassium, magnesium, which I take at night before I go to bed. There's calcium, there's bicarbonate, and there's chloride. This allows your body to absorb the water and absorb the nutrients. Magnesium relaxes the body, so it allows more nutrients into your body so you can recover at night. Potassium also allows for the muscles to move freely. And then there, of course, of calcium, bicarbonate, chloride. These are all critical as well. So you're going to need those. A lot of people are magnesium and potassium deficient. It can be difficult to get a lot of potassium. Matter of fact, if you take 2 potassium pills a day, you're only getting like 200 milligrams. Your body requires like 3,000. And magnesium, most people are deficient in magnesium. Okay, they think they're just get fiber. It's like that's actually not true. Magnesium, especially citrate or glycinate, are essential magnesium. You can do oxide, but get ready. But ultimately, it will allow for nutrient absorption into the body. It allows for proper digestion. It helps you sleep better. So this is one I take 800 milligrams at night. Every night. Sometimes I would take a little bit more, but ultimately I have settled on around 800 milligrams. Does the trick for me. There is generally the rule is for those folks, it's like 600 milligrams for men, 400 milligrams for women, but I will double check local nutritionists like Dr. Rhonda Patrick. They can give you a more appropriate number. I take 800 because I eat a lot of food. I don't want to absorb it. So these are essential electrolytes that you can get into your body that will help you actually stay hydrated during these hot summer days. We are sweating and you are losing a lot of essential vitamins and minerals while sweating or just while going throughout your day where it's hot. Unrefined sea salt contains a broader range of minerals. This is courtesy of, it's just a quick Brave search, just giving you a couple pointers. But, electrolytes, I think Pedialyte and, definitely Gatorlyte. Gatorlyte by Gatorade actually makes it has potassium, magnesium, sodium in it, of course, and they make a 0-calorie version of it. So I would strongly suggest you look into that. It helps a lot with hydration. Tastes like garbage, but then again, there's also Pedialyte as well. They talk about unrefined sea salt, how it has more vitamins and nutrients or minerals. That will be also good for you. Hydration. Research indicates that individuals with higher salt intake tend to have inferior hydration status, despite consuming more total drinking fluids and water from food. This highlights the importance of a balanced diet and individual hydration strategies. Look, I can tell you this, that I have a higher salt. I have a very high salt intake, but I also have a high fluid intake. And my workouts and my daily routine requires that I have a higher salt intake so I can maintain my energy throughout the day. Salt is that thing that carries everything in the body. Salt carries everything. It carries food, carries vitamins, it carries minerals, it carries fats, it carries carbs, it carries water, it carries everything. So it's essential in your body. Now, you don't want to obviously overdo it, but honestly, depending upon your daily routine, salt is valuable. Salt is very, very valuable. It's a key component to life. You need it. It is necessary for hydration. It's necessary for overall food consumption, exercise, just everything. Nutrition absorption, sleep, all kinds of things. Healthy skin, an active brain. It is a must. So you absolutely have to have this as part of your diet. And especially in the hot summer months where you are depleting your body of natural, resources. You're not going to keep water in your body just by adding more water. Without salt and without electrolytes, your body drowns. It actually drowns. Your muscles basically turn to nothing. Your insides just liquefy, and you become nothing. You just become an amoeba of yourself. People drown by drinking too much water. It's true. You can actually drown in your own body from just pounding too much water and not enough salt. So please take that into consideration on this hot summer month. So that being said, I do want to go ahead and blast through some dig.com Q&A. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, go ahead and hit me up through my website, positivesarcasm.com. I know I'm a couple days late. My apologies. Long weekend, a lot going on. And, obviously I was not able to get onto the mic as quickly and as efficiently as I would have liked to. So please excuse the late entrance into this week. We'll hopefully try to get back to a normal schedule next week. Things are good here at the Spare Parts Studio. We're doing the best we can to make every day a better day. And I look forward to, things are good. Things are very, very good. But I'm making a real strong push to get new equipment, invest more, paying down debts, my personal life, my professional life. And then next year, what are my options going to be for next year? Buying a second car. I'm already saving up right now. Been saving for quite some time. I'm pretty close to being like, all right, let's go shopping. But I don't have to right now. So I'm giving myself options for opportunity. And if you follow some of my guidelines, I have a feeling that you will too. Stop procrastinating. Get to work. All right, excuse me. Woo. Here we go. I'm going to go ahead and pop this up on the screen. I'm going to take a hard swig of fluids here, and we're going to get after this. Here we go. All right, and a 1 and a 2. All right, ooh, one more. Oh, this stuff is so good. It's 4C green tea and lemonade. Fantastic. All right, here we go. I work in an office of a large company. The work my team does is often stressful, so sometimes staff morale suffers. The managers of my team have created feelings chart that is a giant emoji representing various levels of being happy, stressed, and angry. There are stickers of all of our names that were meant to put... I should get AI to read this back to me. I don't want to do this anymore. They were meant to put next to emoji representing how they were feeling out the work at the start of the end of the day. At the start and end of the day. If participation were voluntary, I consider it peculiar but largely harmless. However, it's compulsory and participation is sometimes enforced. One day recently, they stalled starting a staff meeting until everyone's stickers were placed. Perhaps they had good intentions. I find it unsettling. I'm selective about who... Oh, Chase, what are you doing the quivers, buddy? What are you doing with the quivers? We're quivering, pal. He's dreaming. Most importantly, blah, 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 size, okay. Where were we? Okay. I'm selective about who I discuss my feelings with. More importantly, in a team of our size, we almost certainly have at least a few people dealing with mental health challenges or difficult personal circumstances. When I was struggling with through work while suffering with depression, if my manager had forced me to frequently state my feelings, it would have made me even more miserable. I also worry about how responses could be used against us, perhaps by using the presence of positive responses to silence people who believe the job is too stressful or difficult. Plus, while it's supposedly designed to help identify people who need extra help to get all their work done, however, I've had my sticker on a negative emotion for a week and haven't received assistance. I'm not aware of anyone else who has received assistance based on where they put their sticker either, so it's unclear if the data is being used for anything. Should I play along by providing benign answers or push back? If I should push back, how do you suggest framing that? I would actually just skip all that and go find a new job. I would keep working, grit your teeth, and buy into the system for now, but go find another job. All right? And when they ask you, put up a sticker that best defines you for this week, put up a sticker that says, I feel like putting in my 2 weeks. That's what you need to do. So they'll pull you aside for that. I'm sure they won't like that very much, but you know what? That's absolutely what I would do. When you start getting into silliness like that in the workplace, it's time if you have a chance to push back in the early stages of it, you might be able to fix the office. But you're at the point, it seems like that it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You're not going to save that office. So the best thing you can do, start looking for another job, a different career, a different mindset, a different whatever, and move out of there. Move out of that situation. Consider starting a side gig that maybe you can turn into a full-time hustle, and be done with it. This is not your office anymore. Quite frankly, it might have never been your office. So quit, bolt, find another gig, get out of there. But definitely have a new job lined up before you call it a day. Is it okay to take a pay cut? Contrary to popular belief, it's actually not a bad idea. It's okay, especially if you're starting in a new realm of work. You should be expected to take a pay cut until you've proven yourself. Let's move on to the next one. And yeah, that chart is stupid. I come from a well-off family. When I turned 18, my mother gave me a 2-story house designed like an apartment building with separate entrees, hungry, on each floor. I'm 21 now. About a year ago, my boyfriend moved in with me. I haven't asked him to pay rent or utilities, only to chip in for groceries. Last night, my downstairs tenant asked for a new shower as theirs had broken. I went down, assured them I'd rearrange for a replacement, then shared this with my boyfriend. He was surprised that the tenant had approached me about the shower, and I explained that I owned the building. I hadn't mentioned it earlier because he hadn't asked. All right, whatever. I didn't think it mattered, and now he's upset, feeling he's contributing unnecessarily given my financial situation, and he's asking for reimbursement once the tenant pays. I am legitimately confused about how to respond. All right, let's read this back here. Your boyfriend moved in with you, and you haven't asked him to pay rent or utilities, only to chip in for groceries. So unless groceries are $1,250 a month, your boyfriend needs to shut the fuck up and move out. If your boyfriend is already blah, blah, blahing and complaining about having to reimburse for only groceries, and rent is like $1,000, $1,200, $1,500, $1,800, $2,000, $2,500, $3,000. He's complaining. Your boyfriend needs to go. Like I'm going that far. He's all right. You're 21 now. I'm assuming your boyfriend is probably around the same age. He's already complaining that he has to chip in for only groceries and nothing else. Doesn't matter if you own the building or not. He's living there rent free. and he's complaining. So he's freeloading and he's complaining. That's a bad boyfriend. He has to go. You have done nothing wrong. He's mooching off of you either way. So he's taking advantage of your good nature, of you paying all the rent, because he assumes you're paying all the rent. And he's just like paying for groceries. He's a freeloader. He's got to go. And I think calling him a freeloader is being a little light. Let's move on to the next one. Ever since we started dating, our parents have been very opinionated about what the people my brother and I date should look like. Oh boy, they completely alienated my brother and his wife because they were so vocal about her being all wrong for him. They wanted him to marry a petite woman because he is short, and they insisted he didn't look right with a tall woman. But my brother loves tall, curvy women. Ain't nothing wrong with a tall woman, okay? Nothing wrong with a tall girl. You never seen those girls that are like 5'10" or like 6'2"? Imagine dating a girl who's like 6'2", walking around. She hits her head on the top of the door frame. You guys want to cuddle? You just like look up in the air and go, "Uppies, uppies!" You know. And quite frankly, it is. It's like climbing a mountain, man. And it's awesome to ascend to the top. You're like that dude, Sir Edmund Hillary. You can put a flag on top of her head and you can say, "I did it." You know. But that's pretty awesome. Ain't nothing wrong. I mean, generally girls don't like dating dudes shorter than them, but you seem to have cracked the Da Vinci Code, my brother, so congratulations. And she's curvy? Oh, I don't know what that means. Does she weigh 1,000 pounds? Or she's got some hips to ship, bro? And you married one. So you married a tall, curvy woman, and okay, good. Your parents were distraught. As if he married an axe murderer or something. She's an awesome person. Always good. Tall girl with a great personality. All right. 2 for 2. Can she dance, though? They came around, but my sister-in-law never warmed to them. Whatever. They insist my boyfriends must be tall and blonde with blue eyes. Getting that Jew alarm. They insist my boyfriends must be tall and blonde with blue eyes because I am tall and blonde, and that we would look right together. And so would our children. They'd look awfully Aryan, I'll tell you that. They hate my not tall Greek immigrant boyfriend. Greek, okay. We got a little tzatziki sauce. So what up, son? We are getting engaged soon. I just know they will carry on like they did when my brother got engaged. Other than this quirk, they're not bad people. Any ideas how I can head them off? Yeah, tell them to shut the fuck up and stay out of your relationship life. Yeah, simple as that. Be like, why can't you find... It's like, I get it. I get the old school ways of, yeah, we sort of keep to our own. Now, you could take that opinion, you could take that saying however you choose to. I'm not here to debate. I'm just saying that's how a lot of people are. You tend to run with your own flock. It's a tribal, natural thing. All right? But I have to admit, I'm not going to be like, I'm only dating Jews or I'm only dating Sicilians. Number one, I will never date a Jewish girl. Number two, I like tall girls. All right? I like tall girls who don't complain. That's how I am. So whomever makes you truly feel like you are valued is the person you should consider spending the rest of your life with, if that is what your ultimate goal is. Greek boyfriend, immigrant, well, does he work hard? Does he own a pizza place? All right. In my opinion, if he doesn't have a unibrow, he might be a solid catch. So I think, how not tall? Like 5'3" or 6', 5'8"? What are we talking about here? All right. Also, if he's a short dude, if he's like 5'9", but he's like, he's on a little bit of D-ball and he's jacked, there might be an exception to that rule. Gotta keep you safe. He'll be like your favorite pillow, and you can spoon him every night. So, your parents, they're out of their realm. They need to knock it off. It's not proper behavior. Obviously, they seem very old school, I guess you want to call it, putting it mildly. But look, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what your parents think. You do you. Good man, good woman, they take care of you. That's the one for you. It's all that matters in life. Let's move on to the next one. Or should we? Yes, we should. I I was in the ladies' room with my 5-month-old son when these two middle-aged women came in while I was changing my baby's diaper. Wait a minute. I was in a ladies' room with my 5-year-old son. Okay. All right. We had been out at a double. I'm assuming that you're a woman, but you were in the ladies' room with your 5-month-old son. Okay, that makes sense. That all checks out right there. Boom, done. I don't see a problem. We had been out to double doctor's appointments, and I had just stopped in the food store to pick up some things for dinner when my son filled a diaper, gross, and reached his limit. Gross. Oof, man. He is delivering payloads. He was crying, dirty, and getting hungry. He was hungry again? Good for him. Woo! Maximum payload, 60,000 pounds. I was doing my best to make it a quick change. One of the two women turned to the other one and said something like, "Why would you make a baby go through all that? I bet she isn't even bothering to breastfeed her own baby." It's a terrible thing to say. I couldn't believe what I heard. I said something under my breath about people should mind their own business. And the woman said to her friend, again, loud enough for me to say, "Some people just don't deserve to have babies." What the F? I would never say anything like that. What gave the woman the right to judge me? She has no right to judge you. She's a terrible human being. And quite frankly, people who are terrible human beings need to be told flat out that you're a terrible human being. You're saying terrible things. You're being awful. People need to be called out and shamed. I'm not suggesting in any way you get on a slanted rooftop and shoot somebody. I'm simply saying that people who do or say bad things need to be called out for saying or doing bad things. You should not let them slide for their poor behaviors. So, these fucking old birds need to shut up, and I bet you they don't have any kids either. That's why they're making comments like that, because they're bitter old crones. Boy, I'm on it today. Maybe I should do one more. Maybe I should. All right, this one's a simple one. We'll get in and out. I take long walks around my apartment complex every morning. So do many others. Everyone seems to feel obligated to greet each other with good morning as they pass, which happens with such great frequency that I'm distracted from my pacing and my thoughts. Most of these people are complete strangers to me, and I want to keep it that way, lest I get trapped in many conversations when I'm trying to exercise. Well, look, I understand both sides of this. If you want to, look, I do this every morning. I take Chase for a walk every single morning on this beautiful island. Well, it's a nice island. It's private. It's for dogs. And I do encounter people there. I'm moving along with my thoughts and things like that and keeping my pace and timing stuff. But ultimately, I do come across folks, and I keep it light. You know, it's like it's hi, or they have dogs, so I have a distraction. You know, I'm waving the dogs, hey puppy, blah blah blah. But I'm moving along. You're walking around an apartment complex. You're seeing the same faces every day. They give in a good morning, or you can just give a wave. But these people do want to talk to you. They want to know who you are. Maybe there's another way you can, or a different route that you can take. I understand what you're saying, though. You kind of just want to get on with it. You kind of just want to be left alone with your thoughts. Maybe, well, guess what? You live in an apartment complex. That's the truth. You live in an apartment complex. You're going to be seeing other people with insecurities and trying to be neighborly. And at the end of the day, the cons outweigh the pros. Like, as far as like not saying hi or good morning, because these people, they're in a community of unknown folk, and they're just trying to see who they can trust, who they can't trust, who is pleasant, who isn't. And you live in that environment where you're going to have to interact to some minuscule degree with these people. So if they say good morning, you can, just act like you're moving along, but just give a smile and wave. You can always give a smile and a wave. That should keep you in your rhythm with your thoughts. But you're not wrong. I get what you're saying. But I think maybe you belong in an environment where you're not going to encounter people in the morning when you're doing these walks, so that you have more time. You're not being rude to them. In the same token, you're on your own. You're doing your own thing. And, you're better off there. You're better off in that countryside environment and not in an apartment complex. So I would consider actually trying to get away from all of it. Getting away from the apartment complex stuff. Moving to an environment where when you go for walks in the morning, you don't encounter that many people, if any. That's what I would try. That's what I would consider. So, but I get it. Rent is higher in those places. Costs of living are higher in that location. But you know what? Peace and quiet, it's worth every penny. You can find me on Instagram at @positive_sarcasm. You can email me directly, positivesarcasm@outlook.com. Hit me up through my website, positivesarcasm.com. Go to the contact page. You can hit me up there. Like, subscribe, share, donate, positivesarcasm.com/donate. Any amounts appreciated. YouTube and Rumble is where you can find the podcast video. Podcast audio is anywhere where podcasts are available. Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, Apple Podcasts, and of course YouTube and Rumble are the video portion. Substack audio portion is also available there, and you can download it and stream it directly from my website, positivesarcasm.com. That being said, it is like 90,000 degrees out, and I want to call it a day. So thank you for listening, watching, and subscribing, and I'll hopefully be back earlier than this week, but I'll catch you all next week. Recorded here from the Spare Parts Studio for entertainment purposes only, alongside New Hampshire's beautiful seacoast. This has been a Positive Sarcasm presentation.